Welcome everybody. NICO Scarlet Moon here with your Path Watchers report on the incoming wave that will be here to stay for all individuals, groups, collectives, and experiences. For the third week in a row, we have the Sun. The fact that this is presenting for the third time regarding a wave that is here to stay is testament to its growing intensity. This continuation and amplification of the energies of this transition is getting quite profound. The displacement frequency and return to soul family is in full swing. And that, in and of itself, is expanding and evolving. Starting now, there is a release from contractual spiritual attachment, illustrated by the Hermit, to allow for development and evolution through true organic, non-karmic connection at a soul level. Remember, soul groups are not connected through contracts or stories. Oversoul connections are not mandated through records nor any form of past life continuity. Of course, soul families share past life experiences and stories, but they are natural, organic occurrences. In fact, this wave sees a major dismantling of soul contracts and contract structures. Soul contracts shown to be detractive, limiting, or in any way an interference to conscious evolution are now dissolved and abolished. This is occurring at the highest Oversoul level, with much assistance and oversight at the angelic level. This applies to individuals as well as groups. In fact, many who have already felt into these waves will be needing to make room for new additions this week. I continue to deeply welcome the return of my soul family. I have a video discussing oversouls for those who are curious. Links below. In the beginning, this process may be uncomfortable and perhaps a disturbance to some who may not be familiar with this new dynamic or understand the light behind it. It is a much more quick, healing, and elevating adjustment for those who move and shift with this flow. Much more than the alternative. Without judgment, step back from any internal or external pressures to postpone this transition by re-engaging, reattaching, or reprocessing looping cyclical experiences, false narratives, stories, and agendas. This is an incredibly high vibrational autonomous light doing this work. Embrace. Remember, this is medicine. This is grace. True soul family reunions will continue to occur more and more from now on. Freedom from that which will not go or let go is much easier now. Not only that, but beginning now, detrimental attachments and pervasive instances of stagnation will be completely dissolved, as the reordering of freedom from old agreements substantiates on all levels. This dismantling will be allowing all beings to be free of obligation to uncomplimentary contracts and stories in order to fully embrace those which are pure and organic on the soul level. Alright, Aries, now that we know how things are going to actually start to play out and what is going on with this amplification of the wave that we've been going through all through March and how this is going to be landing, what does it mean for the week of March 16th for you? Well, for your archetypal themes, we actually have the Justice card upright. And this week is all about perfecting and correcting. And what I'm actually getting from this card quite strongly is that a lot of you are going to be maybe having a bit of an easier time than some, because with the Justice card I'm getting some kind of intervention or some kind of intercession showing up to allow you to actually start maybe digging deeper in with every commitment that you have, while of course also having those contracts cut, having all of that which is considered a detriment or maybe a detractor or maybe an interference be released and dissolved. There is also a deep focus on actually perfecting and correcting and giving a chance to things that actually are not getting the time, energy, and resources that they should. And with the Justice card upright, a lot of you may be finding that your circumstances are going through a bit of a radical shift this week, just because of the fact that a lot of support is coming your way. When we have the Justice card upright, new commitments and initiations are afoot. We are being brought into places, circles, and circumstances where all of the sudden the things that we are really trying to get off the ground, whether it's projects, creations, relationships, are already being handled by experts. We are going into a space where we are seeing the exact hows and the exact whats are required in order to have what we want exactly. But the cool thing that happens with this is that we also have, with news and arrivals, the Six of Pentacles upright. Investments in your energy, investments in yourself, possibly material investments and exchanges going on as well. In fact, with the Six of Pentacles, a lot of you Aries people may be shifting your attention to give your time, energy, and your own investment of self to something that actually is definitely more in alignment with the wave we just spoke of. There could absolutely be some powerful reunions and connections being made this week with those who are not only on a similar path, but of course of that similar soul frequency. And with the Six of Pentacles upright, I am also seeing possibly a chance for an early substantiation of a major dream or a major goal that needs to graduate from interest and intrigue into something that is more of a major priority. And that's because with the Six of Pentacles upright and the Justice card, it's like you're getting this support, these resources for something that can only be used there. So you have to pay attention this week. Are we scattered a little bit? Is it possible that we might be trying to do too many things at once? Or what we are trying, is it maybe our creations or our aspirations are not necessarily as coherent as they could be, because they need to be. Because with the Six of Pentacles upright and the Justice card, there is something coming that is allowing you to not only perfect and correct a work in progress, but even start to get either a creation, a profession, or a relationship into a place where it's not only very secure, but it's an evolved version of itself. As we get to material and business, however, we do have the Queen of Cups in reverse. And I'm actually seeing this as maybe you, Aries, a lot of you Aries people possibly needing to confront a fear of deviating from a particular plan that we may be overly attached to, because the Queen of Cups reversed can often feel threatened, or even, as we spoke about again in the intro, destabilized by change. The Queen of Cups reversed as a habit, or sometimes as a bit of a trait, can sometimes be one who limits themselves. They want things to stay in a controlled, predictable box. But this, of course, is antithetical to things like growth, evolution, and advancement. In fact, it's completely antithetical to it. And with the Queen of Cups reversed, there is something coming your way that you're almost afraid to accept. I'm not sure if this is a job offer, a proposal, a lead, or maybe even encouragement to take on something that does deviate from your plan, whether it's a 5-year plan sort of circumstance, a trajectory that you're aiming towards with your education or with your work. Be smart about this, though, because the Queen of Cups reversed may also be maybe actually trying to sort of psych you out. Remember, this is something being agitated within us, but also at the same time other people who might not necessarily handle change very well, and maybe they're just at a certain place in their consciousness where it's something to be attacked rather than investigated. There's going to be a feeling almost like we are needing to listen to that voice, to that discordant, distorted voice. Be smart about this. Whatever is being offered, whatever is being given, is ultimately something that speaks to your heart, but not to your conditioning. And this might be something overall that is still going to actually achieve a major dream or a major goal, but it's going to go against those defense mechanisms that you created in order to feel safe, professionally, financially, or otherwise. When it comes to your love and relationships, well, we have the Four of Wands upright, and there is this great sense of accomplishment coming through. I'm not sure if this is coming through a partner or maybe both of you. But the Four of Wands is indicating a new foothold, a no going back point is reached in the love department. With this, we often see something being commemorated, but what I'm actually getting from this card is that there's something that you are managing to actually not only accomplish, but maybe even commemorate with some kind of major move or major new fixture being brought to your relationship. With the Four of Wands upright, this can absolutely indicate a new type of commitment or something being solidified. I'm actually seeing quite possibly this is also a time of sharing with a partner something that you normally kept compartmentalized away from the relationship, whether it's something deeply personal, or maybe it's something that you have going on as a pastime, your spiritual life, your practical life, or maybe even, again, your creative plans or recreational projects. But what's happening is we're all happily meeting in the same place. We're finding a new home with each other. For those of you who are currently available, the Four of Wands upright is indicating that, yes, new love will be coming in this week, but it will actually be through that sense of speaking to your heart, which goes against what you've been learning from the external. With the Four of Wands upright, this is somebody who resonates with the person that you, were before all of life conditioned you to be the adult that you are. And interestingly enough, there is a way to have both your cake and eat it too, should you want to keep your conditioning, which, think about that. But with the Four of Wands upright, it does feel like a lot of you are actually going to find somebody or maybe a new connection or get something off the ground that is ultimately going to be encouraging or maybe even stimulating this sense of initiation, correction, and perfection to works we already have in progress that we might not necessarily be giving everything we could do or the right kind of energy to. But that changes this week. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session, go on ahead to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com.